What if you spent $3 million on your dream car, only to find out it can't even make it from New York City to Washington, D.C. on a single tank of gas? That's not fiction. That's the reality of some of the world's most exotic supercars. They're fast, flashy, and filled with cutting-edge engineering, but some of them are shockingly bad when it comes to fuel range. And today we're flipping the script. Instead of ranking exotic cars by speed, price, or acceleration, we're ranking them by how far they can actually drive on a single tank of fuel. The results? They'll blow your mind, make you laugh, and might even change how you look at exotic cars forever. Now, if you've ever been on a long road trip, you probably remember that moment of range anxiety, watching the fuel gauge drop, nervously eyeing the miles left until empty, and hoping the next gas station shows up before your engine shuts off. Now imagine that same anxiety, but in a $2 million Bugatti that burns gas faster than a VCR eats old videotapes. Let's get into it. To make this fair, we've built a tier system based on total range. That's fuel tank size multiplied by the car's average miles per gallon, or MPG. Then we rank each car by how far it can go before you have to refuel. Here's how the tiers break down. S tier, over 500 miles on a single tank. That's elite status, road trip royalty. A tier, 499 miles. Excellent efficiency, especially for a high-performance car. B tier, 399 miles. Solid range. You could make a medium road trip without panic. C tier, 299 miles. Average range. You're stopping more often than you'd like. D tier, 199 miles. You're basically tethered to gas stations. F tier, under 100 miles. Think comical, impractical, just sad. For context, a humble Toyota Prius can go around 600 miles on a full tank. So yes, in some cases, the Prius puts million-dollar exotics to shame. Let's start at the bottom, the F tier, because that's where things get hilariously bad. Let's talk Bugatti Chiron. It's a work of art, no doubt. A hypercar with an 8.0-liter comma. Quad turbocharged W16 engine that pumps out an unbelievable 1,479 horsepower. You'll hit 60 miles per hour in under 2.5 seconds. But with a fuel economy of just 9.9 mpg and a 22-gallon tank, you're getting a grand total of 218 miles per tank. If you're trying to drive from NYC to DC, you're stopping for gas before you even get to Baltimore. And that's assuming perfect conditions. Think about that. A $3 million vehicle with a driving range worse than a 1993 Chevy Suburban. It's like strapping rocket fuel to a supermodel and expecting it to run a marathon. It's not built for distance, it's built for domination at a sprint. Next up in F tier, Lamborghini Aventador. Another monster. 6.5-liter V12 engine, 730 horsepower, all-wheel drive, and enough road presence to make traffic part like the Red Sea. But it averages 11 mpg, and with a 23.8-gallon tank, that gives you about 262 miles of range. Slightly better than the Chiron, but not by much. You could almost hear the sigh of disappointment from every Aventador owner who thought they'd cruise coast to coast. Not happening. Not unless you enjoy pulling into gas stations every couple of hours. And here's something most people don't think about: gas station logistics. Try navigating a hypercar with a wide turning radius, low clearance, and butterfly doors into a tight urban gas station designed for sedans and SUVs. It's not just annoying, it's stressful. Now let's move up to the D tier, the frequent fillers. First up, the Ferrari 812 Superfast, a name that promises power and delivers. With a 6.5-liter V12 pushing out 789 horsepower, it's one of Ferrari's most raw and exciting machines. It gets about 13 mpg with a 24.3-gallon tank, which gives you a 316-mile range. Better, but still a little underwhelming for a car in this price range. More than a few hours away. And for all that performance, they burn fuel like it's water in the Sahara. Moving on to the C tier, the middle ground. These are the cars that can kind of do it all: track day thrills and longer highway cruises. The Aston Martin DB11 is a shining example. It gets around 18 mpg with a 20.5-gallon tank. and that translates to roughly 369 miles of range. Not bad. That's enough to get from Los Angeles to San Francisco with fuel to spare. Then we have the Porsche 911 Turbo, always a crowd favorite. Known for being fast, reliable, and strangely practical. This one delivers 20 mpg with a 17.6-gallon tank, which equals about 352 miles of range. Both these cars offer something rare in the exotic world: flexibility. You could daily drive them without feeling like you're abusing a race car. You can actually take them on a road trip, stop once, and get where you're going without panic attacks over range. Let's climb to the B tier. Now we're talking about real usability. Start with the Bentley Continental GT, a grand tourer in every sense of the word. It blends luxury and power seamlessly. With a 24-gallon tank and 19 mpg, it can go 456 miles before needing a fill-up. That's Chicago to Nashville, non-stop. You could actually enjoy the drive instead of calculating gas stops. Next is the Mercedes-AMG GT, another beautiful example of German engineering. With the same 19 mpg but a 21.1-gallon tank, it gives you a 401-mile range. Practical, powerful, and built with efficiency in mind. The B tier is like the sweet spot. You get power and refinement without sacrificing range. For people who love to drive but hate interruptions, these are ideal. Now the surprises really begin. A tier, the efficiency elites. Meet the Lexus LC 500h Hybrid. A hybrid, yes, but not a boring one. This is a luxurious performance coupe that gets 30 mpg and carries a 22.2-gallon tank. That's a 666-mile range. You heard that right. A hybrid Lexus that can drive farther than most gas-powered SUVs while still looking and sounding exotic. Then comes the Porsche Panamera 4e Hybrid, a plug-in hybrid performance sedan that combines electric and gas power. It boasts 51 mpgs, and with its 21.1-gallon tank, you get up to 1,076 miles of range when the battery and gas engine work together. That's longer than a flight from Boston to Miami. These cars show us something new: the power of hybrid technology when it's implemented right. They aren't boring eco-mobiles, they're luxurious, powerful, and shockingly capable. Finally, we reach the S tier, the kings of range. And yes, they're all electric. First, the Tesla Roadster. It's not officially released yet, but Tesla claims over 600 miles of range on a single charge. If true, it will shatter every performance electric record and set a new standard for exotic endurance. Then there's the Lucid Air, a car that is available and delivers over 500 miles of range. It's sleek, luxurious, and fast. With 1,111 horsepower in the performance trim, it can still crush a quarter mile and not even sweat on range. These cars might lack the growl of a V12, but they more than make up for it with torque, silence, and efficiency. And let's be honest, pulling off a 500-mile cruise in a car that never visits a gas station? That's pretty exotic. So what have we learned? Maybe you didn't know that a Lexus hybrid could outrange a Ferrari, or that a Panamera hybrid could theoretically drive from Texas to Florida without needing gas. That's the beauty of this list. It's unexpected. It challenges assumptions. It solves a real problem: finding exotic cars that aren't just fast, but actually usable. If you've ever dreamed of owning one of these vehicles, fuel range probably wasn't on your radar, but maybe it should be. And for anyone who remembers those long family road trips, dad tapping the fuel gauge, mom holding a map, kids asking, "Are we there yet?" This might trigger some nostalgia. That same tension exists in the world of exotic cars, just with louder engines and much more expensive stakes. Here's the good news: modern exotic cars are improving. Range is getting better. Efficiency is no longer a dirty word. And engineers are proving that power and practicality can live in the same chassis. That's exciting. So if you've learned something new today, or had a favorite car land in a tier you didn't expect, do us a favor. Hit that subscribe button. We've got more surprising rankings, more car stories, and more deep dives coming your way. Stick around and let's keep exploring the real world of high-performance cars, 1 mile at a time.